All right, guys. So the Alabama Crimson Tide wins the Goodyear Cotton Bowl 27-6. This was a very physical football game. I'll say this, man. Props to Cincinnati, man. Props to Cincinnati. I made a video not that long ago talking about Cincinnati and some of the things I was concerned about, and I said one of the things was their secondary was very good, man. They're a disciplined secondary, just a disciplined team as a whole. Might not have the best talent, but they have a ton of senior leadership. And this is a team that fought up until the end. So got to give a lot of credit to Cincinnati for coming this far. I'm glad that we finally had a non-group of 5 team finally get an opportunity. I feel like they show that they can compete. Because, again, this was one of our lowest score totals of the season. Now, LSU, I think, held us to 20 points. Obviously, Auburn held us to 22 points. So it's not like, we're this offensive juggernaut that scores 40 points every game like we did last year. But Cincinnati, again, this was probably one of the best, I would say, defensive jobs against the pass that we've placed against all year, probably since LSU. Bryce Young looked very uncomfortable for the most part. They put a lot of pressure. Myji Sanders absolutely just tore up Chris Owens on the outside, which, by the way, I hope Chris Owens is doing okay. I know he got hurt literally in the last minute, and again, we need him against whoever, either against Georgia or Michigan, because Amari Kite, I don't know if he's going to get it done, but I don't know. This is a team that's just been crushed by injuries. We've been trying to fight. Jameson Williams got banged up. Jordan Battle got a little banged up today. Chris Owens got hurt. So this is a team that's just been fighting injuries all season long, and somehow, some way, we've found the ability to just prevail overcoming those situations. But, for the most part, Bryce Young looked very uncomfortable. Cincinnati was giving this offense so many different looks. This was a team that just this was a team that was not going to let Alabama destroy them during the pass. If they were going to go down, they were going to go down because of the line of scrimmage. And Alabama showed that talent discrepancy does matter, right? Cincinnati is a very well-coached football team. They're extremely coached very well, right? 30 seniors. Tons of senior leadership. They got some NFL draft picks with Sanders, Kobe Bryant, Ahmad Sauce Gardner. And you saw that their players, they tackled very well in open space. Their secondary, right? They tackled a lot of our receivers in very well in the open space. Jameson Williams had like 70 yards. He had one of the lowest season total yards for receiving yards. Even in man, Ahmad Sauce Gardner locked up Williams. I mean, this was... Williams had to play a different role that we normally don't see him play, and it was really more catered towards the slot. That was the only success that he pretty much found, right? It was pretty much he sat in zone, and that was kind of the only success that he kind of found there. Slade Bolden, I felt like, had a good game at the receiving end. We saw some of our younger guys. You saw Ja'Cory Brooks was able to step up and make it a huge play. That was kind of the only one huge defensive play they really gave up beyond 25 yards. So, got to give Chris, again, Ja'Cory Brooks pretty much ran a great route. One of the corners kind of stumbled a little bit, but that just gave Bryce Young enough time. Again, when you give Bama an opportunity, they're gonna take advantage of those opportunities a majority of the time. So, but I felt like Cincinnati's secondary played a really good game. They played as good as a game as they could hope for. And Bama dominated time of possession. I mean, we killed it in time of possession. We drained the clock away. We did not, for the most part, we tired out Cincinnati's defense. Our defense was pretty much fresh the entire game. I mean, they were fresh. There was not one sequence where they looked tired. They looked exhausted. Hands were on their hips constantly. For the most part, Cincinnati played a very, very tough game. They played a very, very tough physical football game. Again, they had there were some drives where I was a little worried with, and Cincinnati, for the most part, they proved to me that this is a very, very tough team, very, very tough team, well-coached football team. But there is a talent discrepancy level. Bama's 4 and 5 stars showed tonight, and it was very clear and evident, especially on the line of scrimmage. And again, we haven't ran the ball that well probably since Ole Miss. Seriously, I don't even think Brian Robinson ever ran for 200 yards in his career. The closest game was Ole Miss. And the same thing I said during that video is the same thing I said now. There is a talent discrepancy level, right? Even though Ole Miss is, I think they're more talented than Cincinnati is. I think Cincinnati is the better coached team. But there is a difference in talent level, and Bama dominated in talent level today, right? So I think we clearly showed why we were the superior football team. Again, Cincinnati they're a phenomenal team. They're really they're coached extremely well. A lot of fifth-year players: Jerome Ford, Desmond Riddler, Pierce, Wiley, which was able to see from Bryant and Gardner and Beavers and a lot of those guys there. But for the most part, we just proved that we were superior, and I couldn't be more proud of these guys today. Again, 27-6, not the highest score in the world. I know a lot of fans, again, if fans are disappointed that we just scored 35, 40 points, it is what it is, I guess. I'm not really upset about the result, about the score. I'm just happy with the result. That's all I care about. We got the win, and now we're moving on to another national championship. Who would have ever thought that we would be making the national championship? Especially during the season, preseason, we again, I had Alabama as a national championship favorite. I had us pretty much taking it all. Not taking it all. I think I had Georgia taking it all, but I had us making it to the national championship game, and that still could be a possibility that we can have two SEC teams make it to the national championship. So we got to find out what's going to happen with Georgia and Michigan. But for the most part, great game by the University of Alabama. Defensively, one of our best performances. We did a great job in the line of scrimmage. Did a great job all over the place. One of the most comfortable games I have ever seen our defense play. These guys felt extremely comfortable on defense. So I was happy with that. Simplified it. Let the 5 stars play, and they're going to get you the result. So this was a game that was won, that in my opinion, that was won by our defense, which is kind of rare, but you're going to need this in the playoffs. Very similar. Matter of fact, very similar to what happened last year when we played against Notre Dame. We didn't really score that much in the second half, but our defense played huge in that game. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Cincinnati fans, congratulations for you guys making it this far. And hopefully we get to see you guys back. Alabama fans, we got to get ready for the national championship. Michigan, Georgia, we'll see what happens. But I'm excited about next week. Hopefully we get to play, whoever we play. I don't know, whether it's Michigan, Georgia, and hopefully we can compete and get that natty. So anyway, guys, Jan Sports, aka Jan 716. I will catch you guys in the next reaction very shortly after the Michigan. During the Michigan-Georgia game. I almost forgot. Michigan-Georgia game. And I'll catch you guys in a minute. Peace.